This is WHDH TV channel in Boston. And it's time now for the WHDH Mid-Morning News, Friday, November 20th, 1959. Good morning, I'm Peter Wiggins, and here's what's happening. Governor Ferkel said last night that he will press next year for a constitutional convention to revise the structure of state government in line with its times. A section of his midterm message to the legislature on January 6th unquestionably will contain a call for such a convention, Ferkel told newsmen at a semi-weekly press conference. Among many proposals he feels that a constitutional convention could effectively deal with it, said to the governor and on determined the state's chief executive and his department heads. Ferkel said that he intends to advocate a 4-year term for governor and that tenure of policymaking department heads will be terminated without the government. He emphasized that since the governor is responsible to the people for the operation and acts of the executive branch of the government, he should be permitted to name his own cabinet in order to fully exercise that responsibility. His position on the question of the Constitutional Convention is well known that the governor related, and therefore I have no qualms about telling you now of my intention to renew my efforts to bring about such a convention. The New England Governors Conference, in an effort to save the textile industry here, passed a resolution yesterday asking the federal government to impose quarterly quotas on wool and worsted import. The governors meeting at the Sattler Hilton in conjunction with the 35th annual meeting of the New England Council said intense competition from Japanese and Italian textile manufacturers prompted the request. Fugitive convict Peter W. Macy is being handed through Greater Boston this morning after loading 2 major dragnets within the past 24 hours. The Walpole State Prison escapee and armed and termed a bad actor is believed to have a 16-year-old Jamaica plain girl with him. The girl disappeared from the home on Tuesday afternoon. Macy walked off his outside trustee job at the prison Wednesday afternoon, and police are checking in. Possibly he had an accomplice waiting with a car. Wednesday he evaded a search party of unarmed police and prison guards mobilized after his escape from a prison.
Yes, I do. You can never tell.
Macy robbed a Mansfield grain store and stole a car yesterday.
Never. So much going on. I tell you what, I would love for you to.
And was trailed to Boston by a police airplane. He shook off his aerial pursuers in evening traffic and slipped out of a series of roadblocks at the city limits. It was the second time in his fast-moving criminal career that Macy was chased from the air and escaped. Harvard's 26th football captain John Jefferson and 83rd football captain Harold Hank Kewing look towards the 76th game with Yale New Haven tomorrow. The Bulldogs are 6-point favorites, but Jefferson 40 will have crimson and hopes. And banners hang among the 60,000 found in the Yale Bowl. John, who came here 2 years ago from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, already assured Harvard's first winning season 5-3 since 1954. 2 years ago, Jefferson's first Harvard 11 was humiliated 54-0 at Yale, but he gained revenge last season with a 28-0 victory. Left-hand Kane is 22-year-old senior from Arlington. He was a 3-sport star at Arlington High and also at Worcester Academy, winning recognition at the latter school. Top student athlete, a liberal arts major and Dean student at Harvard. Hank won all Ivy mentioned last season with his excellent blocking and aggressive defensive play. He's a lean greyhound type of and standing at 6'2" and weighing at 186 pounds. Hollywood discovery of 10 paintings of Venetian Renaissance period valued $8 to $10 million was disclosed yesterday. The paintings were found in the Pasadena home of a television repairman. They include masterpieces by such artists as Tatiana Gugliano, Lorenzo Lotto, Cavallini, and Raphael Santi. Art experts have said to capture the masterpieces of that was the single most important art discovery of the 20th century. The paintings have been cataloged and authenticated by the foremost art experts of the Italy and the United States. Amador Parcella, Art of 40 for the Vatican, and Professor Alexander Vlatomirsky of the Chicago Art Museum restored the masterpieces found at the monument of Alfonso Folo, a TV repairman. The paintings were brought into the United States 14 years ago by Folo's sister Maria Hatterberta, whose family owned the paintings in the city of Naples dating back to several generations of Kodomirsky. A single painting at the Michelangelo del Caravaggio was worth $1.5 million. Washington. President Eisenhower has turned down a suggestion that he take former President Truman and some of the top Democrats on his 11 Nation tour next month with his announced last night. Senator Tim J. Democratic connector who made the suggestion to the president released a letter from Mr. Eisenhower in which the chief executive turned down the proposal. Mr. Eisenhower thought there was much about the proposal which appealed to him, but he said the practical agreements for a mission such as I'm undertaking with its daily schedule routed the minute required that the personnel accompanied me and limited the staff assistance with minimum State Department representation. Mr. Eisenhower said that he thought the discussion with key congressional leaders of both parties before he departs would be more useful than the Dodd suggestion. Dodd has proposed that the president take Truman, some of our high-ranking Democrat, on a trip to encourage bipartisan support of his overseas mission. The Boston mayoral campaign is over, but there still remains an $8,000 question to be answered. Who is going to pick up the $8,000 bill for the Powers Labor Committee's shindig at the Hotel Brantford? To date, no one has risked a broken arm, and
December 7th.
that reach by the tap says the Labor campaign group to the main Powers campaign committee. It's all yours, Real Powers of Power Commission. It's too fat for us. A meeting was held last night by the Labor group in an attempt to resolve the dispute. Individual Labor leaders were asked to pick up a piece of the overall tab on a voluntary basis. The shindig began during the campaign as a extravaganza sponsored by the 100 Greater Boston Labor leaders to show their appreciation for the Senator Johnny Powers. The aim was to get votes for the senator.
Free enrollment guide, which includes a summary.
Two poems were hired at the Bradford with orchestra match. For the would-be voters to be hot and cold hors d'oeuvres and liquid refreshments there.
With over 5 million plan members and counting.
Every time he phoned his data that Simmons College, a young MIT student, got a busy signal. This irked him to no end, but for his nightlife, he got shot to electrons. The same frustration stimulated his engineer's brain to overcome to the problem. Yesterday, at a good session of Boston's record-breaking 3-day electronics show, the Commonwealth Armory, Finance Sandra displayed his gadget which overcame his dating difficulties. The problem was this: all women's college dormitories had one drawback, one telephone. If 20 trying to call in,
Plan members.
at what someone's going to be out of luck. What Finney did was invent a device which would invent any manual operation by him, would keep calling in a number until he got an answer. And it is that the advantage it kept dialing and frequently that no one could nip it out of him. Then when the device picks up a ringing tone in his ringing phone and alert him, but it's about time to tune in for an answer. Boston.
Open enrollment.
Again, as a professional football franchise, it's first since Ted Collins' Yankees growled goodbye in 1948. The new club plans to field a new team next September in the recently organized American Football League. Other clubs in the league include Dallas, Houston, Buffalo, Denver, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, and New York. The Boston team still needs a coach, a general manager, players in office, a nickname, and a lot of season ticket holders, and particularly a place to play. There's it should have in a pretty short order, according to William H. Bill Sullivan Jr., Boston Coal and Oil Company executive, who was the president per term, made the announcement yesterday at a hastily called press conference.
Energy production. 8 to 6.
Okay, Boston weather. Friday, same way high near 40 degrees in France. Saturday, increase in gutters.
Use the better cookie.
High of 40 degrees. Current conditions at Logan Airport in Boston, Massachusetts at 10 a.m. hour. We have a temperature of
Reporting at its best.
35 degrees with a wind chill about 25, the dew point is about 20, humidity 54%, barometer 3.25, and the visibility of 50 miles, but winds northwest about 17 miles to the west-northwest, and it's clear skies. And that's gonna be it for the WHDH mid-morning news for this November 20th, 1959 on a Friday. I'm P. Wizard. Have a good day. I will see you later on. Bye-bye, buddy. Treat the family to a Thanksgiving dinner at Hugo's. All the fixings on beautiful Cohasset Harbor. $4 for adults and $2 for children. On Hugo's on beautiful Cohasset Harbor. World famous for fine food, distinct atmosphere. Reservations Evergreen 30766 off Route 120 and 3A. Clubs at 32 Tremont Street in Boston will have a Thanksgiving turkey dinner. $3.50 for the adults, $2.25 for the child. All you can eat. Served 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hey, let me guess you are,
For a very special Thanksgiving dinner, join us at Hotel 128, Route 128, exit 57 off. Route 1 in Dedham, Massachusetts. Children under 12 half price. Reservation D886-700. Patents on 41 Court Street in Boston held in a Thanksgiving dinner. $3.50. Children, $2. Served from noon to 8 p.m. Reservation CA 78375. Greater Boston's most luxurious 10-pin bowling center is the first Boston 10-pin at 820 Morsley Boulevard. Churches at TA 53800. Now open! 1960 Christmas Club, the Warren Institute of Stevens, 3 Boston offices. At Park Street, at 3 Park Street, the North Station and South Station.
yes. All right, Chartreuse, that big box is on sale for $500. If you buy it, you both buy it.
New England Finest Television News, 7:15 p.m. Monday, Friday, John Day, and 11 p.m. Monday for Saturday, Jim Britt on WHDH TV Channel 5, Boston.
You took money.